It's Jen from Cod Cabin Crafts. I know you can't see me, but I'm here. And I'm gonna make one of my specialty soaps today, and this is Hardworking Hands. What you're looking at in here is 2 oils. I have melted coconut oil and melted palm oil. My ratio is slightly more coconut oil than palm oil. Those 2 oils complement each other really well. This bar is very cleansing, and I do that on purpose. And then here's what you're looking at in this solution. I have my scent, and then there are used coffee grounds. These coffee grounds have been used by yours truly. And there's pumice. So you can hear a scraping, but there's very fine pumice. And then there's kaolin clay in there. So the coffee grounds and the pumice are in there for scrub. And it's not a gentle exfoliant at all. It is meant to scrub. And the kaolin clay is in there it's a bar hardener and it gives it a stable lather. Kaolin clay is also fantastic for skin. But again, I put it in my bars just because of that lathering properties that it gives it. And it gives it a nice hard bar. It also tends to anchor the scent. Typically, Hardworking Hands has been made in small 1-pound batches. Today I'm gonna go with 56 ounces of it. I'm not messing around today. And we are going to scent it this time with lavender mint. It's the same scent as my stinging nettle salve. It's one of my favorite scents. It's a very clean scent, very earthy, very unisex. This soap is going to be great for working outside and your hands get dirty. If you're changing the oil, if you get greasy, if you're really getting into it. If you have hard working hands, this soap will help. In fact, I have one customer who's a diesel mechanic who loves this soap. In fact, he says it's the cleanest he has ever been. He uses it all over his body. I don't really recommend that. It's really not meant for the whole body, but you know what? If your whole body is super dirty, you do you, but please follow it up with a moisturizer. So I'm gonna check my oils here and see if we are cool enough to go. My lye solution is ready. I'll call it good enough. It's 122. It's a little higher than I like to go, but there are no liquid oils in this. They're all solids. This is melted, so I can't let it get too cool or it's going to solidify again, and then I can mix it. All right, so for my immersion blender, my lye solution. It's just water, so it's clear. You'll just watch that pour right in. And again, I'm pouring right down that immersion blender stick. Give it a little swirl. I should say back in the day, when our grandmas and great-grandmas and great-great-grandmas made this, they didn't have immersion blenders, so they just stirred and stirred and stirred. So I just want to point out, one of the things I look for when I'm immersion blending is it all one color? Okay, so I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then once I start blending, I'm gonna look and see if it's all one color on top. Another way is to look here and see if it starts to fall out or if it stays nice and creamy. I believe we're there. In fact, it looks like I've got early trace happening. All right, Alright, things are gonna get interesting because I'm gonna put in the fragrance, and literally scraping pumice out of a glass jar is like nails on a chalkboard for us. Or that horrible squeaking sound that your teacher made when she accidentally held the chalk the wrong way. Today's kids have no idea. And it's moving right along. See that? We have got and I don't have any oil in there that's gonna slow down trace. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean off my immersion blender. If you want to formulate this by yourself, again, go to SoapCalc. Maybe a 60-40 percentage, maybe a 55-45, just between those two. I know I don't share recipes. That's not my jam to share recipes. I'm not being mean, I just don't know if I necessarily think mine are worthy of it. Look at how fast this is setting up. Probably better get moving before I've got a big mess on my hands. I originally decided to make this soap. We live in a farming community, and a lot of my farming friends, spend their winter months servicing and taking care of their equipment. And I can only guess that this ends up getting a little bit dirty. Let me pound this. Down. This isn't necessarily a soap that I make a big attempt to make it pretty, but I do want it to be even. I feel like there's not enough here. Sides, pound it down a little more. Lately what I've been doing is taking a spoon and just pulling it to one side. See how that goes. It's not really a good reason. Like the guys who buy this soap don't care what it looks like, they just want to get them clean. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Hopefully you can't hear, but it even smells like, it even sounds like nails on a chalkboard as I'm cleaning up the edges. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna take one glove off, and then I like to sprinkle coffee. I'm not really sure if I need to, but I'm gonna sprinkle coffee on top. Might be overkill. Again, I'm pretty sure the people that buy this soap really don't care what it's like. Should put glitter on it. Alright, gonna hit it with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol. This is to just sort of help it not soda ash. I'll be honest, this is gonna soda ash whether I do this or not, just because of how the oils go. But I'll clean up a little bit, hit it again, clean up a little bit, hit it again. But here you go. I'll pull it out of the mold tomorrow and we'll cut it up and we'll see what we think. All right, we're here to cut the Hardworking Hands soap, and I'm gonna need to be gentle with it because it's a hard bar of soap. And if I'm not careful, I'm gonna snap my string here. Doesn't want to go back through that last little bit. Come on. Well then, told you it was a hard bar. There's no colorant to it, but you can see that we've got coffee all the way through it. And oh yeah, usually I can like make a dent with my finger. There is not even up here, but you can see we went through partial gel. That should even out. I can make a dent a little bit in here, but there is no denting this. So, Hardworking Hands. I'm gonna keep gently cutting this. It's not going to get any easier or better the more I try to cut this though. And if I'm not careful, I will snap this. There we go. Yep, even more gel here. Gonna have to make this video super fast. Oh my God. If you've ever played guitar, tuned strings, And you had that moment of this is gonna snap me in the face. That is exactly the feeling I'm getting right now. I think this also highlights the reason why sometimes, I mean, this is a good bar of soap, don't get me wrong, it will get you clean. It only has 2 oils in it. But if you're not careful with the oils you use, or if you don't pick the oils you use, then you don't end up with a balanced bar. This is not a balanced bar. I wouldn't call this a balanced bar, but by purpose, this is not a balanced bar. This bar is meant to clean and scrub, and it will do both of those things. But again, this is not a bar I would use on my body. I'd use it hands only. Alright, there they are in all their glory. And this one isn't, let's see, I may only have 13 of these, I may have 14 of these. This one might be our at-home one, just because it's not quite as wide, but honestly, smells great. We'll go.